Hello students, today's topic of discussion in the solution chapter is parts per million. As you are aware, we are discussing in the series the ways to express concentration of solution, and one of them is called ppm. ppm, that is parts per million. As far as definition is concerned, parts per million, again similar to our previous two discussions, the first part of the definition or the name is for the solute and the last part is for the solution. So parts per million is means this first parts is for the solute and this million part is for the solution. That means we are saying part of solute in a million parts of solution is called ppm. Means if the solution is a million, and then how many parts of solute does it contain will be called the concentration of that solution in parts per million. But this is not the way it is easy to remember. The easiest way to remember is, see, parts per million can be in all three ways. It can be weight to weight relation, it can be weight to volume relation, it can be volume to volume relation also. So for example, if we say it is milligram per kg, then it is a weight to weight relation. It can be milligram per liter. This is weight to volume relation. That means if we are expressing milligram of solute per kg of solution, then it is a ppm concentration. Or we are expressing milligrams of solute present per liter of solution, then it becomes a ppm concentration. So parts per million is nothing but either milligrams of solute per kg or milligrams of solute per liter of solution. That itself is called parts per million. We'll try to relate this to the percentage by mass quantities that we studied earlier. Okay, so let us see. Concept of parts per million concentration is usually used when the concentration of solute is very low. For such low concentration, percentage by mass, percentage by volume type of concentration concept do not actually work well. So for such solutions, mostly pollutants in air, pollutants in water, or some low concentration solutes, we are using this kind of concentration concepts. For example, if we say a solution is 0.001% W by W, then this seems to be quite an absurd way of expressing concentration because this value is quite less. So such kind of concentrations can better be expressed if they are converted into parts per million. So see how we usually do it. What is the meaning of 0.001% W by W? It means 0.001 gram of solute is present in 100 gram of solution. Now this is the relation that is given to us. Percentage means per 100. 0.001 gram solute in 100 gram of solution. Our aim is to convert this value into milligrams of solute per kg of solution. That means the mass of solute should be in milligram and the mass of solution should be in kilogram. If we can do that, that resultant quantity will be called parts per million. Now see how easy it is. 0.001 gram. How can we convert it into milligram? We have to multiply this by 1000. I'll tell you an easier way. 0.001 gram is 10 raised to minus 3 gram. So 0.001 gram is 10 raised to minus 3 gram. It is present in 100 gram of solution. This is present in 100 gram solution. Now 10 raised to minus 3 gram in milligram, if you want to convert, it will be 10 raised to minus 3 into 10 raised to 3 milligram oblique. This gram should be converted into kg. To convert gram into kg, we need to divide it by 1000. So gram will convert into kg. I think you understand this. Now 10 raised to minus 3 into 10 raised to 3 becomes 1. So 1 milligram per, this division comes out to be 0.1 kilogram. 1 by 0.1 becomes 10. So it is 10 milligram per kg, which is also written as 10 parts per million. So what we understand from this example is, when you are converting a percentage by mass into parts per million, you are not actually doing anything chemical calculation, but you are actually converting the units. The gram should of solute to be converted in milligram, and the gram of solution should be converted into kilogram. If only we do that, these steps can be excluded. As we did it for the first time, I showed you the elaborate procedure, but later on this can be done in one step. Just convert this percentage in the percentage mass given, this gram should be converted to milligram, and the mass of solution, which is 100, should be converted into kg, which will always be 0.1. So this is one way of using parts per million concentration. It can be used for volume to volume and weight to volume relation also. We'll see later when we do some of the other ways of expressing concentration. We'll pick up this parts per million again. In short, parts per million means what? I can tell you in short. As we said, it is milligram per kg. So what is the relation between milligram and kg? 10 raised to 6 milligram is a kg, is 1 kg. So that means we are relating mass of solute to the mass of solution, where mass of solute and mass of solution have a relation of million times. 10 raised to 6 is called a million. So the solution is a million times as compared to the solute. So that's why this relation is called parts per million. Okay. The next way to express concentration is molarity. Molarity, denoted by capital M. The definition you already know. It represents number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute in a liter of solution. In a liter of solution. So in a given liter of solution, how many moles of solute present? That is called molarity. The mole we already are aware. If you have any doubt regarding the mole concept, you can refer to the video of the mole concept chapter. So here we directly will write the term mole, feeling that we already did it in the 11th class. Okay. So in this molarity, let's understand how we write the formula first. The formula for molarity is equal to gram of solute present per liter of solution divided by molecular weight or molar mass of solute. Maybe this looks a different kind of formula, but I'll tell you, very easier to calculate, and this number of times will decrease your efforts in your competitive exams to find molarity and to relate molarity of one solution to the other. तो सबसे मतलब easiest है, ये बहुत सारे type के formula आपको मिलेंगे. This is one of them which I find is the one which reduces our calculation. Okay, so in the numerator you write down mass of solute that is present in a liter of solution. आपको गिवन डाटा कितने भी लीटर के लिए दिया हो, कितने भी ml के लिए दिया हो, आप उसको पहले पर लीटर में कन्वर्ट कर लो कि पर लीटर कितने ग्राम सोल्यूट है, और एक बार वो पता चल जाए तो उस ग्राम को मॉलिक्यूलर मास ऑफ सोल्यूट से डिवाइड कर दो. एंड यू नो फ्रॉम योर 11th क्लास स्टडी दैट मास ऑफ सोल्यूट अपॉन मोलर मास ऑफ सोल्यूट, दिस रेशियो इटसेल्फ इज नंबर ऑफ मोल्स. Number of moles of solute per liter of solution is called molarity. So as simple as that. So this will give the unit of molarity to be mole per liter because it's moles of solute per liter of solution. Okay. We'll do one small question here only to understand the concept and to understand the use of the formula. The actual questions that are asked in the solution chapter are for usually conversions. They ask you to convert percent by volume into molarity. They ask you to convert molarity into molality. As you are in 12th, 11th class, they ask you to find molarity, but not here. But as we did the formula, we did a one small example to understand how we calculate molarity. Okay. So one example that I am taking for you, a short one, is suppose I say 2 gram of NaOH is present in 200 ml of aqueous solution. find molarity. This is one way of asking question that directly molarity is asked. And as I told you, 12th class nobody will ask you this kind of question. But such parts will be part of your bigger questions. If this thing you can do orally, rest of your question will become smaller. Okay. Now, to find molarity, two things that should be known to us. We write the formula in short. Molarity is gram per liter by molecular weight. So we should know two things. How many grams of solute per liter and what is the molecular weight of the solute. Now as the given data says 200 ml contains 2 gram. So in a liter it will be 2 multiplied by 5. Why? 200 ml contains 2 gram. So a liter will contain how much? 5 times more, because a liter will be 5 times of 200. So naturally the weight will also become 5 times more. So in the numerator you have 2 into 5. And in the denominator we only will have the molar mass of the solute, that is 40. You know how to find it. You have to add the atomic masses 23 plus 16 plus 1, that is for NaOH, and it comes out to be 40. So this thing will actually, see, this is 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 you know is 0.25 molar. So this is how we find out molarity. Again, reminding you, nobody will ask you this. Nobody will ask you this kind of question, at least in 12th, not in competitive exam. But for a bigger question, this awareness should be there. This should come orally. For a 12th class student, you should do this calculation in your mind while doing bigger problems, and you should know how to find molarities orally, because they'll found a small part of a bigger question. Okay, there's another type of question which is related to molarity, not this, but we'll find one more relation that I want you to know. A very simple one, which is quite obvious one, but helps you to solve number of questions. See here. Now same formula, a different way of using it. If I want this molarity to be 1, then gram per liter and molecular weight, these two quantities should be equal. Okay, this ratio to be 1, gram per liter should be equal to molecular weight of the solute. Now, there is another type of question which is based on this formula of molarity. Molarity, as you see, is grams of solute per liter of solution upon molar mass of the solute. This we already have done in a previous example. Now see, the variation of this formula, we are going to make slight difference in studying this formula. Now you remember, if this is molarity and I want this molarity to be 1, then these two quantities in the numerator and in the denominator should be exactly same. So if molarity has to be 1, then molar mass should be equal to grams of solute taken in a liter of solution. Okay, so for molarity to be 1, gram per liter and molecular weight, these two quantities should be equal. They should be same. In another way, what I am saying is, if the solution is a liter, this because it is a liter, if its concentration is a molar, then it will always contain molecular weight of solute in gram. So as long as the volume is a liter and molarity is 1, the amount of solute present will be molecular weight of the solute expressed in gram. There is another name for this molecular weight of solute expressed in gram. It is nothing but 1 mole. So we have an important relation here. This will solve your number of questions. 1 liter, 1 molar solution always will contain molecular weight of solute in grams, which is nothing but 1 mole of the solute. Okay. Now, how does this formula is asked, or in how many ways we can change it? Let's see. For example, you have a solution which is 250 ml and 0.5 molar NaOH solution in water. You are asked to find, the question is find number of moles and grams of NaOH in this solution. Now again I am saying this is a part of a big question, but you should know how we do it in short way. First we'll use formula and do it, and then we'll do it in a shorter way without using the formula. Okay. Now our formula says 1 liter 1 molar contains 1 mole. Ours is 250 ml. How can we write 250 ml in liter? It will be 0.25 liter and it will be 0.5 molar. So how many moles? We have to find this x. We'll do a simple unitary cross multiplication. This x will be equal to 0.25 into 0.5 into 1 by 1 into 1. So you are seeing this is 1, this is this one, these two are 1, these two are this. So everything is 1 except what we are multiplying to find number of moles. We are multiplying volume of solution in liter by the molarity of the solution. So ultimately, what is our formula to find number of moles? Number of moles of solute is equal to molarity multiplied by volume, but the volume should be in liters. If you know that, just that product will give you how many moles of solute are present. For this particular example, product of 0.25 and 0.5 is 0.125. So number of moles of NaOH in this solution will be 0.125. They are also asking you gram. It's very easy. If you know mole, multiply it by 40, that is the molar mass of sodium hydroxide, and you will know grams of solute present in this solution. Okay, so this is the concept of molarity, and two important relation that you should remember. One is the formula, one is this, and this can be short form in this way. Molarity into volume will always give you number of moles of solute. Okay, the next way to express concentration is called normality. Normality, very much related to the term molarity, almost a similar kind of formula, but the definition says it is number of gram equivalents of solute present in a liter of solution. That means the formula says normality denoted by capital N is equal to gram of solute per liter of solution. But instead of molecular weight, here we write equivalent weight of the solute. So the term molecular weight is being replaced by the term equivalent weight of the solute. So we are replacing molecular weight by equivalent weight, and the resultant is called normality. Now what is equivalent weight for a solute? This is an elaborate topic we did in 11th when we were doing the concept of equivalent weight in the mole concept chapter. You can refer to that discussion. Here for the time being, I am taking it for granted that you know what is equivalent weight. Okay, so if the ratio is grams of solute per liter by equivalent weight, it gives you normality. The unit of normality is gram equivalent per liter. Instead of mole per liter as in molarity, this is gram equivalent per liter, and very easy to understand. What is gram equivalent? It is the ratio of grams of solute upon equivalent weight of solute, as number of moles is the ratio of gram of solute upon molecular mass of solute. So there the relation was between gram and molar mass. Here the relation is between gram and equivalent mass. Okay, so that will change the name. That was mole, this is gram equivalent per liter. This term normality is more often used in case of acids and bases and oxidizing and reducing agents. At all places, normally molarity is the way to express concentration. Similar questions are asked on normality also as they were on molarity. One more thing to understand here is, when will normality be 1? The normality will be 1 when grams of solute present per liter will be same as equivalent weight of solute. When these two quantities are equal, then we'll have normality to be 1. Okay, so what does this again gives us a relation. As long as the solution is a liter, as long as it is 1 normal, then it will contain equivalent weight of solute expressed in gram. Another very important relation. It will help you to solve number of questions easily. We'll have ways where we'll discuss questions on molarity, normality. The whole video will be based on that. So I'm leaving it here with this discussion.